What's up, guys, and welcome to episode 4 of the Does It Doom podcast. My name is Steve Reese, and in this episode, we're going to be talking a little bit about the Does It Doom Doom Metal Band tuning guide. So whether this is your first time listening to the podcast or you've been listening for a while, please don't forget to subscribe. And if you do get a chance to leave a rating and review, I certainly would appreciate it. So you can grab the free guide itself at www.doesitdoom.com/tuning guide. It does require an email and name to sign up, and the reason I do that is because I keep the guide updated and plan to send revisions over time. Now, the guide is in its second revision, and so I've only sent out one revision to the guide thus far, but just so you know, that's why you're entering your email address. I would recommend that you go ahead and download the guide and check it out while you're listening to this podcast. So this tuning guide was something I actually put together for myself out of necessity. Now, obviously, on the Does It Doom YouTube channel, we do a lot of song lessons by various famous bands within the genre, and I found myself over time compiling a large list of essentially tunings for all of these individual bands and the various tunings that they might have used on different songs, and felt like compiling it into a document and providing it for you guys to check out would be something that could be valuable to people. And so over time, as I've learned all these various tunings by either watching live footage or by reading interviews with the band, I noticed that in interviews in particular, I was occasionally able to gain access to string gauge information, which I also thought would be interesting to many of you. So that information has been added to the guide, as well as a graphical representation of string gauge versus string tuning for the first and sixth strings. Now, I'm not saying that graphical representation should be taken as an absolute required string gauge, but just that it should give you an idea or a starting point to help you pick the string gauge you're going to use in any particular tuning. At this point, I'd say the guide has probably over 75 bands included when it comes to tunings and a fairly large sample size of string gauges as well. So again, you can go ahead and download the guide from my website at www.doesitdoom.com/tuning guide. And again, down below, you can find a direct subscription link if you want to check it out. So again, my name is Steve Reese, and you have been listening to the Does It Doom podcast. If you haven't subscribed to the podcast yet, please do go ahead and subscribe. And if you've got a second and you could leave a rating and review, I certainly would appreciate it. So until next time, always remember, Tony Iommi is your friend.